Today we're going to make dragon puppets. Look, we've got them here. So I've decided that this dragon is a daddy dragon and this one is the baby dragon. So I'm going to make a mummy dragon for you to see how we do it. Now let's have a look and see what materials you need to start with. You're going to need a full piece of cardboard. This isn't cardboard, this here is my cardboard. In A4, all right, so you need a full piece of that and some other little bits of colour as well, but we'll go through that as we make them. You're going to need some scissors, some sellotape and some glue. Some Pritt stick is best because that holds nicely. You might want to use a pencil and a ruler, but you'll have to see when you go along. Right, so let's get going. So the first thing that we need to do is fold our piece of card. Now don't get card that's too thick because of course it won't actually fold, will it? It's very difficult. But what you need to do is fold your A4 piece down into 3 equal pieces. Okay, so can you see I've got it in like that, all lined up, and then you simply line up, try and get straight lines and push it across like that. Then you've got your creases. So I've done one like already, and what I want you to do is to cut off one of your strips. Okay, so we've got 2 bits that are folded still, and I've already cut one off. Okay, first we're going to use this bit, and this bit makes the body of our dragon. The first thing that we need to do is to fold it in half, and again be really careful. Can you see? Let's move these out of the way. Can you see I'm matching up my corners so it's really neat, really tidy, and the front edges are lined up. Hold on really hard here, put your finger in there, and then you can get a nice crisp edge. Push down hard with your thumb. Okay, now for the next 2 folds, we're going to tip the top back over, but I'm not going to line it up with that edge. I'm going to tip over just a little bit, maybe a centimetre, just a little bit over the front edge. Okay, it's not even a centimetre, it's probably half a centimetre, isn't it? So there we go, push it down hard like that, and then flip it over and do the same thing again. I'm using all my fingers and the pressure in my hand. I'm going to pull it over the front of my box from underneath, and there we go. Okay, next thing, so we're going to, if I turn it round, we're going to tape this edge and this edge. Can you see they're the open folds? So I want to close those edges up. I'm going to do that with sellotape. So take some tape and you can just fold it over, close the edge, 1 and 2. So that's the body of our dragon. This dragon, as I say, is going to be green, and we will come back to that piece in a minute. So our other piece, the piece you first cut off of your A4 sheet, is a nice long length of it. I'm going to fold it in half. Again, try to get your corners to match up and your front edge to match up. Let's move that so you can see along there. Push it down and make a nice crease with your thumb. Okay, now these are going to be the wings. Here's my red dragon. The wings come out of this piece of cardboard. So what we want to do is we want to cut the top edge of the wing. We're going to start at this bottom corner and imagine the shape of the wing comes up. So this is the outside edge of the wing. Okay, and just curve it around so our dragon can fly well. Now keep all your little bits of cardboard because we might need those later. And this edge here is going to be whatever shape underneath you want your dragon wing to have. You could have a straight edge, you could have a wrinkled edge, you could do whatever you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to do little ripples in mine, and I'm cutting off through both layers of the card so that they're both about the same shape. Okay, and coming like that. So I have got it, is my wing, like that there. Let's get that out the way and cut along your fold. So we've got 2 wings. It ends up being in 2 separate pieces. Now these pieces we're going to glue onto the body, the piece that we made at the start. And if you look at our dragon, we want this front edge to be the face of the dragon. So we're going to put the wings behind. So we're going to, if we lay it down on the table, we got the face down facing on the table, and we want to use glue and sellotape because I think they're going to need holding on tight, these wings. So here's my dobs of Pritt stick in the corners on the back. One wing and 2 wings. Can you see? Like that. And then I'm going to also use the sellotape again, just to reinforce the wings in their place. We don't want them to drop off the first time you hold your dragon. Okay, now this here is a bit of a straight edge, isn't it? So again, with our scissors, we can shape those wings so our dragons are aerodynamic and can fly well. Okay, so I'm shaping around, and I'm taking that top corner off. Can you see? Like that. Here we go. I'll do this second wing as well. Okay. So there is our dragon. But he hasn't, because this one's the mummy, she hasn't got a face. So let's work on the face and the mouth. Okay. I think the first thing I'm going to do is think about the dragon's teeth. So we need a little white piece of card. A little white piece of card. Here it is. And to help us, we're always going to use little fold backs to put our face, our eyes, nose, nostrils, teeth with a fold back, and glue the fold back down onto our dragon, because that helps the sticking process. But let's make the teeth first. I'm going to give the mummy good jagged teeth. Okay, and I'm going to cut the bottom of my piece of paper, my piece of card, with sharp points. Now, I don't think I don't think dragons have dentists. So if they are wonky, if some teeth are bigger than the other, that's okay. I think that will work just right for our dragon. So keep cutting. Keep giving your dragon some good sharp teeth. All the way to the end of the piece of card, and we'll probably have to trim this to fit her mouth, but again, let's get those bits out of the way. So here we go. And do you know what I said about the fold? I'm going to take that and I'm going to fold it over on the top edge so I can actually glue the top edge into the dragon's mouth. Can you see? I folded it. There's the top edge, and I'm going to put the glue on this edge here on the inside of her mouth so that they stick in place. All right, now if you want your teeth to go round the outside, what you need to do is put the teeth in her mouth, and then I want you to cut up the outside edge, just like this. There's one. And what we will do, that will then fold round. Okay, one, and the other side is there. Okay, let's put some Pritt stick onto the front of the dragon's mouth and down a little bit of the side so that the teeth go down the side of the face as well. In it goes. One like that. And turn the other one around the corner like just like that. There we go. Need a little bit more glue on that side because it didn't want to sit in place. So there we go. Let's try again. There we go. There's her teeth. Okay. Now for the daddy dragon, I put fire in his mouth. And I think because the mummy will also need to breathe fire, we've got a red piece of card and a yellow piece of card. Now, you can use whatever colours you like. If you decide that you want them to be different, you know, that's okay. Because these are your dragons and you can make dragons up to look the way you think they should look. That's quite all right. So I'm cutting out here the shape of the flame that's going to come out of her mouth. Okay, and the red is the background colour, and I'm using the orange or the yellow as the foreground colour. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, let's move you out of the way. I'm going to draw around the red on my yellow. So it's the same shape, but I'm actually going to cut inside the pencil line. So just in the same way in the dad's mouth, we can see the background colour. They will be the same shapes, but they're actually slightly different. So we get to see both shades of colour in the dragon's mouth, breathing fire. So there we go. I'm just drawing around like that. Let me show you. I've drawn around, and remember, I'm going to cut inside the pencil line. I'm going to make it smaller, but it is basically the same shape, but just smaller than the red fire. So we can see both. Okay. Nearly done on the fire, and we'll test it to see that they're almost the same shape but are different sizes. I might need to trim it a bit more. What do you think? I'm going to trim mine just a little bit more because I want to see more of the red behind the yellow. I want there to be more hot flame coming out of her mouth. Okay. Let's try again. There we go. Some more flame there, isn't there? So let's glue those two pieces together like that. And we're going to glue straight into the dragon's mouth. I put one on. Okay. There we go. Inside the dragon's mouth, lots of Pritt stick. Get that looking wet in there. Stick it down. What do you think? That's quite good fire, isn't it? Right, eyes. Let's go for some eyes. Can you see they stand up? And we're going to do the same fold and glue on that folded piece of card to make the eyes stand up. Now, you know I said to you earlier, keep your rubbish because we might need it later. Going to make eyes out of these cut bits. So, and I'm going to make them the same shape as the mummy, the daddy and the baby dinosaur, dragon. I keep saying dinosaur, don't I? It's dragon. It's definitely a dragon. It's not a dinosaur at all. Right, here we go. And then we need the white dots for the eyes. So they're only little. Whoopsie. But two little squares. And if I lay them on top of each other, like that, I can just cut it once through the two layers, and then I've got the same size eyeballs and they won't be wonky. So here we go. Let's cut a circle. If you need to draw them first with pencil, so you're drawing around the shape that you've drawn, that's quite okay, because you won't be in such a rush as I am, because I'm doing it a little bit quickly so you can see how you can do it at home. So here we go. I've got 2 eyeballs, and I'm going to glue those onto my green eyes that I have cut out. 1 and 2. I'm cutting my eyes again because I think they were too small. They didn't look very good. So I'm done that one again. Let's cut my second one. Okay, cutting it round so we can have about the same size and shape. And stick our, can you see what I'm doing? Stick our eyeball on there. You need your black Sharpie, and give your mummy or your dragon black dot. Fold that bottom edge underneath so we can glue that bit. Remember, can you see that edge there? We're going to put the glue on that edge, and that face of the cardboard will be able to stick onto the head of the dragon. Now, I would look at where you put the eyes, because I think the eyes are quite important, don't you? On there. Have you ever seen a teddy bear in a shop that's got wonky eyes? It's always the one that's left behind, isn't it? Because they're not quite right. They look a bit funny. So look at where you put your eyes on your dragon, because we don't want wonky eyes that make them look a little bit strange. So here we go. Pick up my dragon again and place it on. Now, dragon here, coming to life a bit, isn't she? Nose. Definitely needs a nose, but I'm not going to do a nose like I've done before. So the daddy, I've just simply cut points off to make his nostrils look big like that. And then the baby, I've given the baby one different nostrils, shaped them like that. I don't know, maybe a bit like a pig's nose. This one, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use a piece of card and make some spikes. So let me cut a little bit off the bottom of this card, just because I haven't got a long enough piece of my rubbish bits. So I'm just going to cut off the bottom like that and make some spikes and turn that into her nose. And cut. It's like a little mountain range I'm doing for her, or a little bit actually like the teeth that we did to start with. I'm taking points out of the card. I'll show you in a second just how I've done it. It's like the zigzag edge. Let me show you. Get rid of all those little bits in there. So that's my zigzag edge, can you see? And I'm going to fold that bottom edge again so I've got something to glue, because it's much easier if we've got a face that we can put glue on. Okay, and cut it in half down the middle, so that we've got 2. Right, ready? Let's put some glue on that flat edge again from our Pritt stick. 1 all the way down there. one. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Exactly the same. Glue down on that folded face that will sit on the top of the dragon's face. Push it down like that. See? There we go. Okay, so we've got different dragons that you can make. You can choose whatever colours you like, whatever designs you like, and it will probably take you about 15 minutes to do, so that's a nice activity for you. Be careful when you're using the scissors, don't cut your fingers, but get some nice colours. I'd love to see what you do, so if you do make any, feel free to post them on the page and we can all have a look. All right, there you go. Enjoy making your dragon. Bye.